Hey everyone, Steve here at the DJLab, and this video, it's live, but I'm going to treat it like I'm just doing it on the fly. I'm not going to really look at too many questions, unless it's a really good question. But we're going to talk about my wish list for updates on the new AlphaTheta CDJ-3000X. So there's a couple things that I would like to see. One of the cool features they have is the ability to go in there and just let's get out of here for a second. So we can. How do we do that now? Let's try that again. Maybe you can't do it in the. Oh, sorry. We got to hit edit. So you hit edit, and you can grab something, and you can move it around, right? That's cool. What I'd like to be able to do is in my tag list, when I'm tagging stuff, I wish I can copy the text, but you see there's no edit. So I think that would be super useful if I could edit my tag list and move the order around. The other thing I'd like to be able to do is see, I can create a playlist. So we say, okay, let's create a playlist, right? But then, when we go back, and we look at that playlist, where is the playlist? So you see it's got tag list 001. I can edit the play. So now I can edit the order as a playlist. But you know what I can't do? I can't go in there and name it. So if I could go in there and actually rename this thing rather than having to export it and sync it over to Rekordbox to do it on the computer, that would be pretty damn useful. So that's like probably one of the biggest ones. Now the other thing as well too that I can't really show you guys here so well. Is I can't log into. We're going to try something out here. Because I don't think this stick here is authenticated for Beatport. So we've got that stick plugged in. Stick in the other stick. And there we go. Okay, now I got Beatport. Now, I need to log in. So hold on a second. Just give me a sec. I had to turn the screen off because I can't have you guys watching me log in. Hopefully, this whole login thing for Beatport will be fixed soon enough with the whole NFC tap into your direct cloud play stuff. So let me turn the screen back on. Okay, so when we're going into Beatport, the other thing that really, I know they say it's on the side of Beatport, it's not them, but when I do a search, let's do Maestro. You see, I got artist, tracks. It's not helpful. I need to be able to. Oh. Did they fix it? Did my wish list happen? Well, huh. Well, how about that? Because, let me just check here. Was it always like that and I'm just an idiot? I don't believe so. Okay. Okay, so this is something new. Because before, you see that, right? I don't know why no one's talking about this. On a CDJ-3000, when you search, you can't look it up by track, artist, album, BPM, label. This is all stuff you can do on a Denon DJ system. You know, all the Engine OS stuff. But clearly, there's an update here that I can well imagine the CDJ-3000 is going to get that update. I feel like that's around the corner, to be honest. Because I didn't notice. How weird. But you still can't sort by BPM. You can't sort by key. That's the big wish list. So I thought I was going to be doing a search, but no, it's the wish list. So the other wish list, what else do we want to know here? Oh, someone was asking me earlier, if two sticks are plugged in here on the link, can I access both? Question, and the answer to that one is yes. I can access both, no problem. So that's pretty easy. Over here, and on my other deck that you can't see off camera, I got everything there as well too. What else is on the wish list? The other part of the wish list. I wish that if you're in a loop, I don't know if I can find two things, but the whole deal is if I'm in a loop with slip mode on, it won't stay locked into the other player. And that's something Denon DJ can do. Now, I get it. You might not need it. I know in other software you can do this stuff. And look how long that track's taking to load in. Do the same thing. I'm going to go track. That was called acid test. And I'm do the same thing here. Truth is, what should happen, I think, is just try that. Can I do instant doubles? Yes. I can do instant doubles from Beatport. So check it out. We're going to do a loop on both. So here's what you can't do. You go slip mode. And if I try to spin it, it comes apart. So yeah, if you could somehow figure a way to fix that, that would be greatly appreciated too. Because if you weren't in a loop, look how fast that jumped back. And now this is loading. So try this now. So if I put the slip on then, I'm fine, right? See what I mean? Try it on the heavy. So they're definitely, this is far heavier. And I didn't think having a heavier platter was going to matter. And so I put it on heavy and I tried to scratch. It does make a difference. I'm not a scratch DJ, but let me just tell you, it does make a difference. So ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm still going to recommend that people, unless you are a real scratch DJ and you always thought CDJs were a little bit finicky for you, that would be a reason to upgrade. You know, having those playlist banks are really cool. I wish I could do a playlist bank from Beatport. And I guess, like, that's what would be cool. I wish I could just go in here. I wish I could sort. That would be number one. And if I could, like, tag a bunch of things. Go to my tag list. Right? And we're going to see how this works. Okay, see how they're all downloading? The state? So this is going to be another little test. It looks like I've downloaded these tracks. We're not on Wi-Fi. We are plugged into the Ethernet port. So let's try this for a second, just for the fun of it. I'm going to reach around here, and we're going to disconnect. I just disconnected the cable here. See that? So we have no internet. It's analyzing on the fly. It's not analyzing as fast as I would like it to be honest. And you see there's a little symbol there that says, like, you know, it knows that there's a problem. And let's look at the shortcuts for a second. Let's go RGB. Okay, there we go. 3 band. Now if I go to the next, so I can't just go to the next song. But I go back to tag list. I load up that track. And it's got to analyze it. Basically what's happened, this has buffered everything in. Now, one other thing that I wish I could do is, look, I can't beat jump. Well, look, it's happening pretty fast. On the old CDJ, you couldn't beat jump. We're going to back it up here. Well, the other one, try to beat jump. And yeah, see, it still has to load it in. For some reason, the Denon guys, they're able to beat jump ahead before they analyze. It's nothing, not a big deal. It's just like these little things that I noticed. So it's not really a criticism as much as I'm that guy. I wonder why. But this is cool that as you can see, all my tracks are in there. So now what I'm going to do, let's plug the internet back in. And it's something I never tried on a CDJ-3000, so I don't know if it's even going to work. Let's go some experimental. Let's tag a bunch of things. Tag, 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 tag. Right, we're in our tag list. You know, let's clear that tag list. Let's remove everything. I'm going to go back. And tag, 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 tag. Go to our tag list. and they're not downloading anything. So that's a big difference. That's a huge, huge thing right there. If you like streaming music, and me, I'm all about streaming stuff. You know what I mean? I like the streaming services. So that's the big difference right there. For all those people wondering, like, oh, it just did this, did that. I know, because I was told, this has 16 gig of memory built into it. That's where it stores everything. So right now, if I unplug this thing, right? So I've unplugged. I try and load that track up. Look, it's like, please select a source. It doesn't know. I know what you guys are going to say. You're going to say, well, Steve, you don't have a stick plugged in, right? So we can do that. We can take the stick out. And this SanDisk record box stick, it's got USB-C. But look at that. Whoop. Flip it over. I'm going to put it into the player here. Whoop. If I can... Yes, the SanDisk faces you. The record box faces the audience. And we'll try that whole tag list thing again. So there's my tag list. Now watch, we're going to unplug the Ethernet cable again. And my tag list is gone. It still says select a source. So that's it right there, man. You've got my wish list. There's things about this thing I love. Just a couple little things to change. Nothing major. Nothing too crazy. Just take a quick look at the chat. See if anybody's even watching. Looks like we got some people in the chat room here. Got to skip past my own ads. The only way to make money here, you know. Got to put ads. Sorry. I wish I didn't have to. Okay, so there we go. Bittervet 3D. There's Matt. You know, my back's killing me, so I need to sit down on the ground here for a second. So you heard 32 gig, which 16 gig are for the temp. That makes sense. Because that's what I heard. I just heard there's 16 gig to store the memory, to store this stuff, right? I think the processor is a little, it's a different processor. I think it's a little faster. You don't know how to sign up for your membership. You're using YouTube iOS app. As far as I know, there's just like a little dollar sign in the chat. Like beside the chat, there should be like a little dollar sign. I think. I don't know. Maybe anyone else that's watching that has iOS can help. You'd like some way for live looping on the hot cue button similar to like standalones. So you want to be able to capture loops. Now, you know what's interesting about that is I guess technically, and this is something I'm going to maybe talk to the guys at AlphaTheta about. If it's got 16 gig built into this thing in order for a temporary folder, I guess hardware-wise, there really is the possibility that you could maybe capture a loop like a sampler. That's interesting. That doesn't allow you to do a member thing. That's odd. Also, too, just want to pop this in here real quick. I know I wasn't going to run this like a live stream, but clearly we're doing a live stream, so I feel obligated at this point now. For anyone who wants to support, I do have the Buy Me a Coffee. Technically, Buy Me a Coffee is a little bit better because they don't take as much money from me as YouTube. So if that happens to be an easier way to help support the channel, then I definitely appreciate it. What else do I want to do here on the player that I can show you guys? So we're going to recap all the reasons why you might want to switch. You want the bigger screen. You want a minimalistic look. You don't like the name Pioneer DJ anymore. You're over that. What else can I say? A higher contrast screen. You want to have the play banks. I mean, I think the banks are really good. The one thing I don't see, though, is I don't think there's a way to save your play banks on the player. I think maybe there's a way to do that in Rekordbox. So like, okay, so this is cool too. This works. Huh. So once again, I was like, man, can we do like banks on Beatport? And it looks like we can. Watch this. Ah, I see what's going on here. So I can't do the bank on the curated stuff, but if I go to my playlist, how did I just do that? I just saw I literally just saw the playlist bank there a second ago. How do I get to that? This is why you should read the book. That's why. So you want to be able to set to catch 4, 8, 16, etc. at the press of the pad and then gate it as well. Yeah. So this is cool. So let's try this. Okay, let's like copy Kaytranada. Then I'm going to do a search. We're going to paste it. And we're going to find all the Kaytranada songs. Strangely, there's not a lot. Let's try that search again. Oh, let's like paste it. But I just want Kaytranada, and we're just searching the artist. That's a big deal right there, man. Can't tell you. There we go. That makes more sense. But how strange. It doesn't show me the artist's name, which is good because I know I'm searching the artist, so I don't need to see an artist. I just want to see all the tracks. Let's do this. Let's search for my good friend, Melly Fresh. I think it's 2 E's in there. There we go. So Melly Fresh, she's from Toronto if you don't know. She's the founder of Play Records. Man, she got a lot of stuff. I'm going to have Melly Fresh come into the studio one of these days soon, and I'm going to do a guest mix for her on her Apple podcast. I haven't heard this. So you want me to search for you? VTEX RX. Okay. Okay, let's check this. Yep. 3 bass fuck. 3, is that what that 3 bass fuck? I gotta hear that. Oh shit, it's funk. Okay, we gotta beat grid this thing. And speaking of beat grid, we have the ability now to double and half our beat grid. It's kind of nice. And guess what? We got gated hot queue. Okay, let me put a little bit of a space on that thing. Ready? Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, let me explain something about why they haven't taken a bigger leap. Okay? So, we've all said the same thing, like, why don't they like do some extra shit? Because this is pro gear that pro users use. So the big top guys in the game, they're not doing anything too extra. You know what I mean? They don't really need stems. You know, and let me just tell you, stems right now, even on software, it sounds good, but try to do that on like a big giant Tomorrowland stage. The sound quality on those big systems, it's just not, we're not there yet. I don't think it's going to sound like what you think it's going to sound like. So that's kind of part of it. And you can't reinvent the wheel. You know, it's like, you picture, you have your favorite car. Your favorite car. You love the goddamn car. You love the look of it. You like where everything is. And then you buy the next car next year. They don't do a complete goddamn redesign. They tweak a couple of things. You get your phone. The phone's even a better example. You have your phone, and the next phone comes out, and they don't completely redo everything to complete, you know, they don't change the whole user interface. They tweak a couple of things. Because if they changed everything, you might not want to use it. You know, they still need to have muscle memory. There still needs to be that connectivity that if you use a CDJ-3000 and you hop on a 3000X, it's got to feel pretty damn close. It shouldn't feel much different. Just like a Nexus 2, you can, it's familiar enough that you would figure it out pretty damn quickly. So you can't do any leaps, bounds, and jumps. And I get it. There's other people that have, and you know what? The AlphaTheta line, they have, you know, the Groove 6. That can do some tricks. There's other things that they make that have all those extra bells and whistles that you guys want to use, because truth is, festival DJs, beyond guys like, you know, James Hype and those types of performance guys, but most big festival famous DJs, they're not doing anything too special. So the things that they did change, they're pretty damn useful for a DJ in the sense of, it's not going to make you mix better, but your library management is definitely, you know, let me tell you, for me, using streaming stuff, which is kind of, you know, the whole NFC thing and everything else about this, it's the future. The streaming is definitely the future, and that's why I bought 3000s. I had them, I sold them, I kept my dead ends, and then when I heard 3000s were getting streaming services, and I can only imagine we'll get more streaming services in the future. And you're right, most guys are still using Nexus 2s because all they're doing is mixing track A to B, back and forth. They're not doing anything. They're doing more dancing. There's more dancing, more visuals. The VJ is doing more than a DJ. Honest to God. The light-in techs, they're doing way more work at that big Tomorrowland festival than any of the DJs on stage. Those DJs, they're dancing and they're playing music. Did they even pick those tracks? Did they even pick the order that they're in? Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe somebody else picked those tracks. Maybe somebody else produced their tracks. There are ghost producers. So, and here's the thing. So don't worry about that, because here's the point. I was just demonstrating that. If I make my tag list, right? I tag a bunch of songs in Beatport. So I do my tag. So there's a tag list of stuff, but let's go back here. So that's a good question. Like, oh, what if the internet drops? Let's just see. I'm going to tag. How many songs are you going to play in a set? You know what I mean? Like, I'm tagging like just a pile of stuff here. I don't know what the limit is. And guess what you just saw online? Oh, there we go. We had a little bit of a delay there for a second. I thought it hung up, but it didn't. It just like... Because I'm literally writing stuff to the memory at this point. And it's downloading. So I'm taking a pile of stuff, right? Probably more songs than you're ever going to play on a stage. So now we go to our tag list. There's our tag list. And look, as I was tagging stuff, it was already downloaded internally to memory. It's got 16 gigs. How many songs can you fit on a 16 gig stick? A lot. So so you see the tag list, right? I'm going to take a track here. But look at this. There's clearly some limit because so let's just pull the internet. We're going to disconnect the internet. So no internet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is there a limit of 15 tracks? It's going to be a good question, but here's the point. If I've got 15 tracks downloaded into everything, then we're good. And there's the point, too. You're not going to do a big festival and play your whole set from, the streaming services. But you could. So here's the deal. And what if the deck it's saved on fails? The tag list is toast. Well, once again, I don't believe anyone feels that USB is not the best way to go because that's why you got USB sticks, right? There's a lot of what ifs. Here's a what if for you. What if your USB stick dies? What if it smokes? You know how many people use like shitty USB sticks? Like, that's a good stick. But like anything, could something happen? What format does it download? No idea. No clue, man. Okay, so now on my playlist, I am seeing that. Wonder how I got to that. So I can do the banks. And considering that I am hardwired, I'm not on Wi-Fi. How do I get to go to utility, network, Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi on? Don't really need Wi-Fi. So yeah, friends, I guess this is a bit longer than I really want to go. It was supposed to be a short wish list. I'm going to have to make some actual videos where I just make some short little things because, yeah, I got to do something like that. So don't forget, subscribe to the channel, hit that alert button. Kind of my back's getting a little bit sore standing around all day doing this stuff. I want to get out of here and get on with my weekend. I will be back here on Monday, and have yourselves a great weekend. Talk to y'all later. Oh, you know what? One more thing. I'm going to make a video about this, but let's just do it. So I want to show you guys. Let's say you can't afford 2 of these because I only have 1. I've ordered another one. I should have ordered 1. I should have ordered 2 on Tuesday. I only ordered 1 and I hesitated, and now I want 2, and I'm going to sell my 3000s, and now I got to wait a month. So we're going to pull out some stuff here. Let's go to some Latin Tech House for a second. So I'm going to show you how to DJ with a DJM A9 and 1 CDJ. And this is going to be difficult because the camera angle isn't showing this side of the mixer. So that's the thing that kind of sucks a bit. You know what? Let me move it over. Okay, so the little bonus for you guys who stuck around, I'm going to show you how to DJ with just 1 CDJ-3000X, okay? So this all involves, for you guys who don't know, this involves using the roll. And watch. So make sure you're on channel 2. We're going to capture a roll. See what I did? I moved the door to 4. I moved it too fast. Here we go. Okay, I need to work on this a little bit more perhaps. I keep moving things over too quickly. But you get the idea, right? Okay, I train wrecked it there because I was thinking I could maybe adjust the tempo on the tap thing. Never tried that before. But ultimately, if you play around with it, it is possible. It's not like ideal, but it's a trick. Oh, what's going on, PJ? You want to know, now that I've got the 3000X under my hands, will I be doing a versus the current hardware of the SE6000? You know, I'm going to do it for shits and giggles, but the truth is, it's like, how do you compare something? Like I did, you know, but the truth is, you can't buy an SE6000 anymore, so I'll do it for shits and giggles for, you know, the people who own SE6000s, I guess, to be like, ha ha ha, you know, I was ahead of the curve, but it's different. You're never going to see a lot of people on a stage using an SE6000. Like their cue button, they can't take the abuse that these things can take. They really can't. They're built different, you know. They're good. I love my Denons, but I don't think it's. I'm gonna do the comparison, but not to say this is better or that's better. You know what I mean? Just for the sake of doing it. Yeah. Of course, I had to fuck up my my roll mixing when that PJ's on here. Anyways, my back is like killing me, man. I should be sitting down, but I'm standing. Dizziness is like, at an all-time high this past week. And the camera, I don't know how good the camera is. This is a Zoom, what the hell does it say? The Q2N or something that I kind of rigged up while I'm waiting to get like my overhead rig to put my good camera on. But it seems to be like, it's kind of okay. It's got some tricks. Oh, oh, wow. I didn't realize I'd get all that in there. That's not even that high up. That's cool. That's cool. I could be doing a little mix.
Amor, dime por qué eres mi todo. Eres mi todo. Amor, dime por qué. Eres tú. Amor, eres mi todo.
You want some dubstep?
Find me in the club. They could find me in the club. They could find me in the club. Find me in the
There's your dubstep. There's the dubstep. That's fun. What else we got? Anything good? Subtronics. Subtronics is good. You like my little what? Dub echo break? Slip break? It's a slip dub echo break.
I get in the car and I play wonky ass music. I need wonky woo woo wubby music. I want some shit that goes womp womp.
Shit, it's loud in here.
I want it to like literally go woo 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 woo. Like, I need like wonky wubby. I need scratchy itchy brain rhythm. Give me scratchy, itchy brain rhythm. Give me that ear, ear, ear. Ow, ow, ow. Music. Music. Fucking, I want the wubs.
What the fuck?
Give me weird music.
Here we go!
This shit's getting crazy.
I want some shit that goes womp womp. I want it to like literally go woo 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 in my brain. Like I want like wonky wubby. I need scratchy itchy brain rhythm. Give me scratchy itchy brain rhythm. Give me that ear ear ear. Wonky ass music. I want the wubs to tell me wet. I like the weird shit. Give me weird music, that's what I want.
That's some strange shit.
Literally go woo 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 woo.
Woo woo! Woo woo! Holy shit.
Oh, here we go. Mike, back to normal. Turn the master down. Holy fuck. Fun times. Thanks for that. I heard that itchy it's funny because I just heard that itchy scratchy on YouTube somewhere on a video. I haven't tested with Serato yet. No. I have not tested it yet. Because, I don't know. I have so many good Serato controllers that I can't bring myself to Oh, no. You can't say that. Dude, you can't talk shit about my friends. You can't talk shit about these guys. You can't say suck it to the people that I'm like, no, I'm not friends with Phil, but Mo Jackson, PJ, no. Especially PJ. PJ's like, PJ is probably the most creative, talented DJs. He's so good of a DJ, I don't even want to call him a DJ. Does that make sense? He's better than a DJ. The guy's like just a musical genius. I'm not saying that shit because he's watching or anything either. I honestly really believe that. If you saw the scratch thing that he did with these 3000Xs, like if you haven't seen that yet, go look at his channel. I swear to God, man. Every time I think the guy's like done something like the coolest shit I've ever seen, he does the even cooler shit that I've never seen. I think I got maybe one more song in me here. Don't know what this is. Yeah, I know. You know, you might be razzing them, but fuck. You never know how people take shit.
You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Coming at you live from downtown Toronto and the city of smog and smoke. We're gonna do a little bit of dope stuff. Here at the DJLab.
How about you live? Here we go. Right into the stratosphere.
Little laser echo for you, friends.
Just a little laser echo. That's hard, man.
That's some hard stuff right there. Shit. Guys. Fuck, I think I gotta roll. This time, for real. I hate, here's the problem about having a separate space. Is when I go home, my toys aren't there. It's like my toy room is somewhere else, and I have to go there physically. So, it was really nice waking up whenever I wanted to and just step over to the equipment and play. But the neighbors, there's no way the neighbors would tolerate the kind of noise I make in here. So this was definitely well worth it. And we have DJs over doing live streams and stuff. Look at this. Look what Fionn is, she works at Play to Record here in Toronto. And she is an artist as well, too. And I quit my job when she came in one day and she said she'd love to work at the record store. And I was like, I think I'm done. And I just walked her over to Eugene at Play to Record and said, hey, I quit. This is Fionn, and she will now be working for you. And he's like, what? And he ended up hiring her. And she, to this day, she's still there. Just saw her yesterday when I picked up the CDJs, and she was telling me how much it meant to her that, her working at the record store changed her whole life. She wasn't in a real great spot, and she loves her job. She has lots of DJ gigs because of the job. So, yeah, shout out to Fionn. She made this sticker. This is like the old sign. If you know anything about the history of Play the Record. This is 357A Young Street back in the day. Now they're at 411 Spadina Avenue. And this is before we had area codes, by the way, too. So shout out to Eugene and Fiona at Play the Record. Still, how many people have an old job that they quit that they're still friends with everybody? Talk to you guys later.